Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Silver Dad Knows. This is Silver Dad, and I just want to start off by letting everybody know that the rich stay rich because they spend like they're poor. The poor stay poor because they spend like they're rich. Poor people, they don't stack silver, but the rich do. Look at this sucker, 1879. Try to find one right now for sale. See what it goes for. I'd be shocked if you found one right now that was going for less than $200. You just won't find one. I was looking online earlier and I was seeing them go for $400 or $500. 1879 silver Morgan dollar. It was originally $1. It still is a dollar, but of course people understand its worth because of the silver. The fact that I sell so frequently is what keeps me in this game. It reminds me that people want it, and it reminds me that it's profitable in real time and profitable long term. And just so you guys know ahead of time, my videos are never meant to scare you. They are just simply meant to inform. Because right now we're walking into a position where many people are going to lose a lot of their wealth, while others, those who prepare accordingly, are going to make fortunes. If you have big goals, pay attention. Pay attention to the trends that are happening so you can always be 10 steps ahead of the competition. In 1964, President Johnson took silver out of the dollar system and created fake dimes and quarters. Do you see where that's gotten us? And in all honesty, do you see where that's gotten us? Record high inflation, high cost of living, sky high food prices, high energy bills. Notice how inflation rose in December, but the headlines read, job market is strong, yet layoffs doubled in January. Powell already announced that the rate cut in March is unlikely. And all while core inflation is expected to rise 3.8% year after year. The Fed is pushing for more unemployment if you didn't already know that. They want a higher unemployment rate because it brings down inflation. Business Insider. Buckle up, America. The Fed plans to sharply boost unemployment. CBS News. If there is no Fed pivot, it's going to hit our economy like an avalanche. And if middle America is barely making it happen, how are those at the bottom doing it? They're not. And they're getting assistance most definitely. We're in the biggest rug pull in American history, the greatest rug pull in American history. Roughly 4 years ago, we had a situation where 40% of all USD in the country was put into circulation. 40% since the nation was founded in 1776. Then we were complemented with record low interest rates and all this money poured into assets. We were all investing, at least I was. It was almost impossible to lose money. Then we witnessed 13 rate increases back to back to back. The fastest rate increase on record as they pull money out of the system. Knowing all this, why would you not be stacking silver? Why would you not be hedging yourself up against the greatest transfer of wealth? All this weight is coming to a head right at the forefront of the fourth industrial revolution, where AI technology is going to have a massive role on our economy. A role that will most likely not weigh in your favor if you're already not set up. Do you own a home? Do you have at least $10,000 saved? Do you have 3 to 6 months of food? Do you own silver to trade? These are questions that you want to be asking yourself during these uncertain times. Because one thing every week, every day, it's changing. It's like, hey, today it's worthless. Tomorrow it's a fortune. Hey, today it's worth this much. Tomorrow it's doubled. Tomorrow it's tripled. Tomorrow it's quadrupled. We saw that happen during this pandemic We saw what happened with home prices. I had the opportunity to buy a house at $190,000. Awesome home, $190,000. I didn't buy it. Long story short, when I started actually getting into the home market, that same house that I could have gotten for 190 was already going for almost $300,000. It had gone up $100,000 in equity because I didn't act, because I was not willing to embrace risk. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, if you are not willing to embrace risk, the universe will not embrace you back. You will never, ever, ever become a wealthy person. You will never, ever, ever be able to get to that level that you think is impossible because you're not willing to do the impossible. You're not willing to embrace risk. You're afraid of something that hasn't even occurred. You're doubting yourself with something that hasn't even occurred. And that's the issue. This is most people, and I'm speaking for myself. You know, when I have retracted, I have lost out immensely. Listen to that. When I have retracted, I have lost out immensely. I get the alpha, constantly with crypto. And a lot of times it's very, very valuable alpha. But, I'll doubt it. I'll second guess myself. I'll recount on recent plays where I might not have made the type of money that I wanted to, and I'll retract. And while I retract, other people funnel in, other people double, triple, quadruple, 10 times their profits. Over 10 times their profits. And I've done it in the crypto game. And see, obviously I'm not over here giving advice on any cryptocurrency, but I just want you to know that I am embracing risk. I am taking high risks because I want to end up on the other end, which is the end that wins, the end that has assets, the end that prepared, and the end that secured themselves and their family for their legacy. This is how I'm thinking in this new world. We're in a new world, guys. And in the old world, it wasn't necessarily essential to have food, to have water. I mean, you should have always, but back then the urgency wasn't there. But I'm telling you now, guys, the urgency to own silver, the urgency to have a pantry full of food, a fridge full of water, a bedroom full of guns and bullets, a bedroom stacked with silver. This is what you want to be doing. Look, Britonia, 2022. These are some of the best coins right now that I'm purchasing. These are my favorite right now, the Britonias. And then I am just laid down for the 1971 Dwight D. Eisenhower coins. Spectacular. Spectacular. I love how they're pretty much the same size as your standard 1 ounce of silver, practically the same size. I want to say it's a little bit smaller, of course, thinner as well, but it's almost the same size. Remember, these don't have 100% silver, but they have silver in them, and they didn't make too many of these 1971 Eisenhowers. They're highly sought after. I have customers who want to buy them in bulk from me, and unfortunately right now I don't have them in bulk. This is the only one. I have some right now that I've ordered, but right now this is the only one I have, and that kind of scares me sometimes because I'm like, holy moly, if I sell it, I always want to be able to get it back, especially when it's a great coin such as the Dwight D. Eisenhower. So you want to be getting these, 1971 specifically, and of course the Britannias. It's a no-brainer, especially right now with the prices. The prices are excellent. And I want to show this one off. It's the Darth Vader. They made these, they made a vast supply of these, okay, guys? And they just kept printing them and printing them. Well, stamping them, I should say, because you can't print silver. They just kept stamping them and stamping them with Darth Vader. People love Darth Vader. So these ones, they're always going to hold their value, but they're not going to be able to go into the crazy range of premiums just because they made so many of these. And these are cool to have in your collection. I actually have 2 of them, but I wouldn't encourage you to buy them. And of course, if you can get your hands on these Silver Morgans, it is a no-brainer. But guys, Thank you so much for sticking through it. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope that everybody gets their hands on silver. I hope that everybody secures their legacy, and I hope that everybody seek God, because we're living in times now where we're lacking God more than ever, and we're lacking unity with our families more than ever. And I'm just speaking for our nation as a whole, because I know what has made us great. I know what has set us back, and I truly know what can get us back to where we need to be, and that's God first and foremost. So go to my description, guys. At the very bottom, you'll see my collection. Going to eBay Silver Dad Knows. Remember, if you're a subscriber, if you're one of my friends, if you're a viewer of the podcasts, please just direct message me. Hey, Christian, I watch your episodes. I know you. Boom, boom, boom. I will sell you one of my coins at cost. But other than that, guys, God bless America.